Yeah, I want to say something about cat silver. And by the way, this guy here, you know what this is now, don't you? You know it's a laser pointer? Because every time I pull it out, you go, where's it going to be? He knows, right? Look at that guy. He knows what this thing is now. I'm surprised. But you know, I saw that thing on the news unit. And, yeah. I saw that thing on the news unit about Pastor Dow. And then I go look on Gainesville Coins and I say, the site's down. You know, the site was down, the website's down. So I'm thinking, they ran out of silver. No, they didn't run out of silver. It finally came up with a screen that said the site is temporarily undergoing maintenance. Then I look, and then the site's up. So I started looking. I said, well, I don't know, maybe I will buy some silver. But then again, I said, I don't know. But I'm going to get on to something with silver after this. But I started looking around at the coins that they got available. So I says, you know, here's silver in stock. And I'm like, but the premiums are pretty high. Because like silver spot is 22 something. And any coin looks like it's 26 something. You know, or more. You know, it depends on what they are. Just the regular coins. It's like this. There is a premium going on there a little bit. There's no bullshit about that. No exaggeration. They got coins though. They might take a few weeks to ship, but they got them. But then I looked, and they had these coins with cats on them. Cats, you know, like the cat I was showing. They had a Bally cat coin. They had a Maine Coon cat coin. They had a Persian cat coin. They had a English blue coin. They had a Scottish type cat coin. I don't know. They had other cats. There was and you know what they were going for? $60 each. So if Pastor Dal says the eBay price is this and the physical price is this, and well, the cat price is silver, $60 an ounce. I don't get that, man. I tell you what, this guy Chris Duane, whatever the hell he is, he should have made cat coins. I mean, like stamping them out with my cat on them. Here's Putin the cat. I mean, that's ridiculous. But I mean, I wouldn't put my cat on there. I'd put like a, I don't know, probably a cougar. I like those cougars though. Actually, I got some of those, but I want to keep them. You know, I'm going to keep them anyway. I probably never sell those things. I like them. I mean, the only thing that's wrong is they got that queen on the other side of it. They should have had like a, you know, cougar and Marilyn Monroe on the other side or something, you know, wearing a cougar leotards or something. I don't know, that queen stuff. That's the only thing I don't like about the Maples. They got her on there. I'm like, what the hell? Who the hell is she? You know? Screw you, lady. And I wouldn't want to tell you the truth, but anyway. You know, I get on with this thing about investing in silver. The reality is silver is going to go up. Let me put it this way, a couple little factoids out there. If you look at the peak of 1979, when silver was at the very peak, very late 79, depends on what inflationary dollars you take, what inflation rate you do. If you use like more realistic inflation, what's going on, because they don't really count, like if they use the old way they used to do calculate inflation, even in the government, not even some made-up way somebody tries to make it higher, but just say the old way they did in the government that included more food and energy. They hit the peak like they had in 79 of almost $50. It would be $402. And, you know, electronically, it could go to some crazy height like that at one point in time. But you remember, it might just do that for like a 2-day window or something. So if you're trying to sell physical or something, you don't want to be hanging around for that kind of shit. You could very easily miss it. But also using the, you know, the inflation rate, kind of like the current way they're doing it, with, which is fudged inflation. It's too low. It's actually, inflation's higher than what it is now. It would still be about $131 to get to that price. So, you know, when Lindsey Williams is talking $75 silver, that's probably a little lowball, because, you know, if they're talking, say, even a 20-to-1 ratio, which usually that's what happens, the ratio goes down. If you had a 20-to-1 ratio, and he's talking 3,000 gold, that's $150 silver, right? That would be like a 40-to-1 ratio at 75. Say it's, I don't know, say it's a 30-to-1 ratio. Actually, it got down to like 31 point something ratio briefly. So, I mean, that would be about, I don't know, a little over $100 an ounce, right? About $100 an ounce. It might do that. Now, if silver starts going up like bust through the all-time high, I am getting nervous. I'll be selling a little bit here and there. I ain't nervous now. I ain't nervous now. I ain't worried about it going down to nothing. Because basically, when you're looking at the old-time silver prices, from like 10 years ago or even 5 years ago, or whatever, look at the gasoline prices. Remember, like during the Clinton administration when they had the surplus, quote unquote? Not that I was a fan of him, but he's better than Obama, right? In retrospect. Never was a fan of his when he was president, but looking back, well, it was like Bill Clinton made Jimmy Carter look good, and then, Obama makes Bill Clinton look good. And so, like, Obama, he's got, he's probably going to get new Watergates going on here, some more stuff going on with him. But it's, remember the price of gas back in, say, 99? It was like $1, something, $1.10. So, I mean, if you expect silver to go down a real lot, you think food and oil and gasoline's going to drop through. Gasoline's almost to the all-time height it's ever been. Silver did get ahead of itself when it got like over 40. And you know what Sprott did? Eric Sprott, he sold on April 28th. David Morgan sold on April 28th when it was at 47. And Sprott sold the rest of a bunch more in August of 11 and to September of 2011. They ain't stupid. But if you got the balls to buy the shit right now, basically that's what it is. Or hold on to what you have, you're going to do fine. And actually, if you look back, there's an interesting article I was reading here. Title of it goes, Brilliant Morgan Stanley Strategist Retires and Reminds Everybody He only had a job because investors are dumb. But it's kind of an interesting article because they talk about... well, a lot of times, managed mutual funds, it goes on to say, actively managed mutual funds do more poorly than plain old conservative index funds. And that's an old thing, like the individual old timers, they got some millions, maybe a couple million, a few million, or whatever. Index funds are the way to go. Long range, they perform well. But the problem is with conservative investing is that what they do is they look at past history. And they say, yeah, this has been doing good all along. That's where we'll manage people's money, put them in a surefire bet. It's got a good history. But that doesn't always bode well for the future. That's the thing. And see, the guy that's, the average investor got some balls, maybe, might realize, hey, you know what? This is going to do good in the future. Solar panels or whatever. So maybe as a silver investor, somebody's really lopsided on silver like me, I realize this shit's going to do really good. It's going to do really good. But I'll be selling it later and keeping probably a chunk of it because I don't really know what's going on. But I'll be selling it I'll be selling it in its steps later when everybody's telling me the sky's falling. And I don't know exactly how far down it can go. I didn't expect it to even get down to where it is now. But I wasn't like too much against it going below 26. I didn't really think that was out of the question. But I don't know. I don't like saying what's out of the question because I can jinx it. If I think 15's out of the question, I'm going to jinx it by saying it's out of the question. If I don't say nothing, maybe it'll never hit there, right? That's one reason to do it. But I think, this guy, I saw that thing on the news unit about Pastor Dow. I mean, he's, wow. That's why he's a pastor, maybe. Maybe he's just like collecting money for, donations or some shit. Now, I kind of like doing his YouTube thing, but actually, I'm so hard-headed. I'll freaking keep doing this shit. It's like, some people go, well, you monetize your thing. I think it was connecting dots, goes, you do Google ads. I'm not even trying to make money on this thing, really. Like, I'm not trying to get my videos out there and put them on websites and shit. I'm not even trying to make, but I'll probably put out a lot of different stuff because I know a lot of different stuff. And in the accounting and finance field, I can only put out that one niche. That's the one thing I don't like about that shit. That's why I kind of like this YouTube shit. But I might put out so much content that I'll probably make some good money off it. Who knows? But that's only going to be because I'm going to be working my ass off on this shit. And if it's useful to people, it's good. Because, actually, to tell you the truth, as an accountant, I'd have to charge people a lot of money to give them financial advice. So when you get it on here, you get it pretty much free, right? I mean, it really don't cost you nothing. And also, either that or I'd have to make somebody like $1 gazillion. I think though, holding silver right now is, you shouldn't worry about it. It's gonna be fine. I mean, it's actually physically it is a few bucks more than the spot price, even on, the places that sell it and have it. I'm not talking eBay. It even is a little bit more than the spot price. Like before, you used to be able to get things just over spot or at spot. Now, it looks like it's about $4 over spot. And that's like on the better places. And some other places are even higher than that. And then eBay is even ridiculous. But if you get a coin with a picture of a cat on it, it's $60. I don't know why. Damn, that's a freaking smart idea. I'd be like, if I had one of those stampers over here, I'd be taking my Indian buffaloes, melting them down, and I'd be stamping them out and selling a freaking thing with cat pictures on it for like $35, and I'd undercut the competition. That's what I'd be doing, to tell you the truth. But I don't have that shit. But I don't understand why people buy a coin with a cat on it. Maybe I'll buy one. That's kind of funny. But it does look like the average investor, the guy that's like, doing everything on his own, can't beat the odds. That's one time you can beat the pros, because the pros are slow. It's like you're on a speedboat or something like that, and you're on a battleship. You can zip ahead, zip in and out, and do all kinds of shit. And silver's pretty smart. It's going to actually go way the hell up. Because like Mark Faber, he's got the gold. He's going to make out like a fat rat. But when gold goes up, silver's going to go ballistic. And I want to point something else out. Israel, actually right now, is warning Russia not to sell Syria a bunch of these air defense missile system things. I don't know I forgot what it's called, but it's very sophisticated. You can knock down cruise missiles and jets and stuff like that. Basically would bring Syria's air defense up exponentially from where it is. Right now they basically don't have an air defense. They're wide open compared to what Israel has. But if Russia sells them this shit, these missiles, and these missile batteries, they're going to have a big defense. Well, you know what Netanyahu's telling Putin? He's telling him, we're going to probably we'll go to war over this maybe if you sell them that, because they're going to hit them before they have these defense in place. They'll probably hit those batteries and do whatever they can. They'll do it. They'll knock them out right now. They might, because of fear. If that happens, you're probably going to see the major fear factor hit back in the market with gold and oil and silver. Yeah, and getting back to the thing about the physical price and the spot price. In a way, the spot price is a little bit disconnected from the physical price in reality, because there is more premium being charged by the bullion dealers than they were before. It is a little higher premium. You could almost think that the spot price is more like 24. Because pretty much all the coins seem to be about 26 or so. They're not that low. That's what I've seen anyway. And they're not even available right now. So, and the other thing is too, if you look at the dollar index, it's 84. And actually a high dollar index would be around 80 or something like that. It'd be a pretty good dollar index. Why is the dollar index 84? Because the Japanese yen and the euro is getting clobbered. Right? And Japanese yen's getting clobbered because of their QE policy, correct? Now, if the dollar was at 80 index, which is not like a bad index, if it was down to 72, you'd be thinking bad, right? But if, say it was at 80, that's basically a 5% difference. So if the dollar, if you're putting silver in, say all the currencies, and you kept the dollar index at 80 or whatever, in effect that makes it like a dollar higher, in silver a dollar higher. Silver's getting more clobbered in the dollar than it is in yen and euro, and things like that. That's another factor. So if you say, if you kept the dollar index exactly the same, it's kind of telling you what's going on with silver globally in priced in all the different currencies. And that's another way to look at it. So in the US dollar, it's getting clobbered more. But, like I said, if you could weight in those two factors, if the dollar index was 880, silver would be about 5% higher, which is about $1 higher. And you're charging at least $2 or $3 more premium on the coins. So it really, in a way, it hasn't gotten hit as bad physically as it has on the electronic market. On the electronic market, it's gotten killed. But on the upside, on the electronic market, if it goes crazy, it's going to probably go to some stratospheric price for like a week or a couple days or something like that eventually when it goes way up. But just, I would advise you to keep stacking if you don't have any or whatever, or if you don't feel you have a good enough stack. But I would also advise you, if you already have a good stack, you don't necessarily have to put more into it unless you don't do it for greed. Do it because of other reasons, and don't do it because you think the dollar is going to oblivion. It's not. It's not. I don't think it is. I'm pretty damn certain of that. It's going to get devalued a lot, but it's not going to oblivion. It's not. We're not going to Zimbabwe. There's things they could pull the rabbit out of the hat and fix that $16 trillion debt a lot faster than you think, or make it disappear over a period of 10 years or something. They could do it. They could do it. Push comes to shove. It can happen. So, don't worry about it, putting all your eggs in one basket. That's bad strategy. So, but if you buy silver and you want to get some dies with the cats on them and you stamp them out, you might double your money. I don't know. Chris Dwayne, do not do that.